Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie, if you're new, and today I'm going to be just doing a cash video where I'm doing my makeup. I have to go to work and really don't want to. I have some new makeup that I want to try. I don't have a full face, but I do have some new makeup that I think would be interesting enough for you guys to see. I'm certainly excited. And let's just go ahead and get started. Also, some of these things are not new at all. One of which I'm gonna start with. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base from Bobbi Brown. If you have some extra money, and kind of a lot of it, I suggest you pick this up. This is really expensive. If you're very oily, then you probably don't need this. But one thing I will say, even though this is marketed as a primer, it is basically a moisturizer and primer in one. So as you may be able to tell, somebody with dry skin would really like this. But even me with like normal to oily skin, this is just a pleasant ass experience. Like the smell is so nice, the smoothness of the texture of this. I mean, it's great. I've talked about it plenty of times before. A thing that I do want to try that is new, have you guys heard of this? This is from Tula Skincare, and this is the Rose Glow and Get It Cooling and Brightening Eye Balm, probiotic and superfoods. My friend Lauren got me this, very good friend, and I have tried it before, but I wanted to show you guys because I've never seen anyone else use this. This is for your under eyes. Well, I guess you could use it all over, I kind of do. I've only used it a couple times, and here's the thing. So I don't know if you could tell, it does have like a sheeny effect and a little bit of a glow, which I will say is pointless for if I'm putting makeup on. If you're not putting makeup on though, it does kind of have like a nice little glisten effect. The main thing about this that I think is nice is the cooling effect. Now, I don't really have any puffiness or anything, so I can't be like, look at all of this inflammation that's going away because of the cooling effect, but does it feel good? Yes. Do I think you need this? Definitely not, but it's a little nice to have. And I know that my friend Lauren actually really does use these every day. There's another one as well, and she really likes them. So perhaps you will too. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to eyes, and I pretty much always conceal my eyelids with concealer as my primer. For that, I'm just going to use the Milani Conceal Imperfect. This is probably my favorite concealer. Certainly from the drugstore, but I think just in general. Okay, no new eyeshadow, which is fine because I'm just gonna do like a really basic ass look anyways, but I'm gonna use the Tati Beauty palette. If you guys know how I feel about this, if you've seen like my palette declutter and products I've changed my mind about, the short story is, I'm cleaning my brushes on my nightshirt. The short story is I do not hate this palette, but I don't think that I would buy it again. And I just don't get enough use out of the color range. All the colors are very similar in a lot of ways. I don't like pressed glitters really anymore. That's enough of that. I'm gonna use the Soothe color with the sequin formula. So how is everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good, but I also am kind of stressed out because my fiance's schedule for work right now is a literal nightmare. And so that just really wears on me. I'm very like attached to him. And so when I don't get enough time with him, it really like starts to bother me pretty fast. So hopefully that's gonna get better soon, because even just like, okay, well, keep yourself busy, it's like that's only works so far for me. I can't just keep myself busy forever and be happy. Like, maybe I'm defining codependence, but that is honestly how I feel about it. I just really hate not having him around. So I just got up to like turn the air down and turn the fan on and stuff. And I just am thinking like, what do you guys think about when beauty gurus especially, but anybody who films content for YouTube, when they're filming and they're like, oh my God, I'm so hot right now. I have the air off because I don't want you guys to hear the air conditioner. And to me, it's like, no one cares. Like, please do not sweat while you're trying to film this video. Like, there's no need. I mean, I guess this is my way of saying, like, if you hear the ceiling fan at some point and you don't like it, click off the video. I'm not going to suffer through Florida heat because you might hear a slight hum in the background. I'm not making like a freaking Hollywood feature film. This is just for YouTube. Okay, honestly, I know that was like, okay, cool, one shadow, but yeah, one shadow. Maybe we'll add another one in a minute, but I just kind of want to move on. Anyways, moving on to eyeliner. I am trying the Morphe liquid liner in the shade T-Spill, which is a brown shade. So there's an Instagrammer I follow named Dana Renee Makeup, and she does such amazing makeup. I seriously like love her content. Very creative looks, but also sometimes very wearable looks. Lucky enough, she's not too big on Instagram yet, to where if you message her, she does seem to like message back, which is really nice. You know those people who have like 600,000 followers, like it can be really hard to get them to respond to a DM. Whereas her, I saw this look that she did and I was like, what brown eyeliner do you like to use? And she said, this is the only one she uses. So again, it's from Morphe in the shade T-Spill liquid liner. I got mine from Ulta. I got all this stuff that's new pretty much, besides this Tula one from Ulta. The liner that I have been using that's brown liquid liner is from Benefit. It's the roller liner in the shade brown. And I like it, but I don't think it's perfect. You'll start out and you're going and everything's fine, but then like once you keep using it, it almost feels like it's hard to get the product out of the tip of it. And so especially when I'm doing like a wing, I have to like kind of even shake it a little bit, or I have to put it on the back of my hand to like get some of the product down to the tip so that I can use the tip, you know what I mean? So basically I'm just a little bit annoyed by it. I'm not like, don't buy it, it's awful, but it's just annoying. And I want to see too if this shade is a little bit more like reddish brown. I don't know. I want to see because I've really been wanting a good brown liquid liner. So this is like a well where like the product sits in here and then you dip this in and get it out. So I may have to re-dip it, but maybe that's what I need. I need the option to re-dip. So we're just gonna try this out. Okay, so far, super pigmented and wet, like not having to try at all. Okay, and here's the other thing that I really like, and also what the Benefit roller liner has and why I purchased that one is because it dries matte, and I can tell this one is drying matte as well. I do think that they're about the same color. Let me swatch both the Benefit one and the Morphe one so we can get an idea of the color and finish comparison. Okay, so this one is the Morphe one and this one is the Benefit one. It looks like the Morphe one is drying like a richer brown, whereas it's such a small swatch, but the Benefit one is drying more like a chocolate mid-tone brown. It's definitely not reddish, which I would love. I really want like a reddish brown one, but I'll tell you right now, this is $9 for Morphe, and this one is like, I don't know, like 18 at least, probably 22 or something like that. And right now I'm like, there's no need to go buy this, like absolutely none. I'm still gonna try this one and do wings and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do a wing today. I'm already gonna tell you, like, I'm not gonna buy this Benefit one again. This one is perfectly great. They're also both felt tip liners, so there's no difference as far as that goes. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Again, just doing a simple like across the lid line. Okay, so liner is on, super simple, literally one eyeshadow. Next, we're gonna go into mascara. I'm a little nervous. Okay, so I have the brand new Urban Decay Lash Freaky Volume Mascara. And I'm nervous because I don't try that many new mascaras, which is probably boring, but I don't know. I think what scares me the most is when I look, cool too, by the way, like love the like neon yellow, super Urban Decay-ish. When I look at this brush, I'm like, this is gonna give me the clumpiest lashes of all time. So this is what it looks like. Very interesting. It has this one side that's like all rubber except for the little ball at the tip, and then it has lots of different levels of spikiness on the other side. It kind of goes up into like a swoop. I don't know. I will say though, I really like volume, and this says on the box 23.6 times more volume. So that's kind of cool. Now I will say I got this from influencer, so it was a gift, but obviously not paying me to say anything. No one's ever paid me to do anything. So this says Lash Freak Mascara's asymmetrical brush creates bold volume in a few easy steps. So it kind of gives you directions. So it says to use the spiky side to volumize, use the bristle side of the brush to load up lashes with mascara for big, freaky volume. Then you're gonna use the side with just a few bristles to define. Use the tip to define and separate individual lashes, and then lift, flip the brush, and hold the curved side underneath lashes. Okay. So let's just do what they're saying, but basically, if you understood that correctly, it's basically saying use that like little neon rubber side to push up your lashes, which is kind of cool because I know some people really like use their fingers to do that. So first we're gonna use this side. It's new, so it is very wet. I'm just like thinking this is going to push all my lashes into clumps, and I'm gonna end up with like 3 lashes. That's what I'm picturing. Okay, so that's one coat. Actually, it looks pretty good. A little clumpy, but not like what's happening. It's kind of getting a little messy because it's very wet. Okay, it's getting kind of a lot clumpy. Oof. See, this is exactly what I was afraid of. Oh my God. I just used it to push up the lashes and look at the mess. Look at the mess, everyone. Okay, that's actually extremely annoying. I'm really, really annoyed. Like, cause that's not just like one dot. That's like everything is effed, basically. Okay, luckily it is flaking off super easily. Okay, I feel like I'm being kind of a baby, but honestly, I feel like I don't like this right now. Like, I feel like I'm really annoyed. I'm gonna like scrape some of it out of the little comb because there's just too much product. It's getting so wet and clumpy. Like, it was looking okay, and then when I went to use the little ball at the end to separate like it said to do, it was just adding more and more product. So that's what that looks like. I mean, guys, I don't have good lashes, so I'm not probably the absolute best person to showcase a new mascara, but the mascara that I really like is L'Oreal Lash Paradise, and it doesn't F me up, basically. I'm not even gonna dip back in. Oh my God. I'm not even gonna dip back in. I'm just gonna go to this side. Okay. Okay, I do not love this at all. I don't think my lashes look bad. I think I got them to a good place, but I was like nervous the whole time, which you can blame on my anxiety disorder, or you can blame on the mascara. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I think maybe this needs to dry out a little bit to where I feel more like freedom with using it. I definitely don't want to ever use the push up little method again because they were way too wet. It doesn't say like, make sure your lashes are dry before you lift them. Like, it doesn't say anything like that on here, so I feel lied to. No, I'm being dramatic. I think it's like pretty decent, but I need to keep using this, wait for it to dry out a little bit. It's so freaking wet that it's just like a little much right now. So let's put this on the back burner. So one thing that I can't not do, even if I'm wearing like I don't really care makeup, I have to use half lashes on the outer corner of my eyes. I can't get enough. These are little corners from Ardell Demi Wispies that I just cut and have been reusing for weeks, like literally weeks, okay? And all I do is literally apply them as you would any normal lashes. I just only apply them on the outer half. So I'll show you how I do it. I do have an Instagram tutorial saved in my highlights if you want to see. I think it's called like half lashes. But this is the absolute easiest, most comfortable, most I don't have to care about this or worry about this type of lashes that you'll ever wear. And they add so much to your look. I'm putting the glue on right now and I'll show you what it looks like on one eye. Okay, so I always use tweezers just because it makes it a lot easier for me. And you literally just set it right on your lash line, right above your real lashes. You don't have to mess with it though. Like literally just plop it on And basically that's it. The only other thing I like to do, which is optional, is I kind of take the tweezers and I squeeze the fake lash with my real lashes so that it kind of blends a little bit better like that. And that's literally all. These are so comfortable. I literally will never feel these throughout the day. They'll never poke me. They'll never feel like, oh, is it lifting? Like nothing. It is so awesome. I wear these constantly and you can see the difference very evidently. This is just a little bit of a lift. This is a little bit of a like a flirtier lash on the ends. But I don't think for the untrained eye, if you're just looking at me like this, you're gonna be like, oh, cute half lashes, where'd you get them? So if you really want to not look like you're trying but happen to just be attractive, then this is a really good way. Literally the total time that takes me is like 40 seconds for both eyes, waiting for the glue to get tacky, all of it, placing them. For me personally, I feel like this adds so much to my look. Like I feel way more glamorous, but again, without trying and with still being comfortable throughout the day. For foundation, I'm just going to be using a tried and true. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I absolutely love this foundation. I might have to repurchase it soon. It feels like maybe I only have a quarter of it left. The only thing I hate is that there's no pump, and I want to find a pump that would fit it. Does anybody know? I'm gonna check like the Reddit makeup page because I wonder if somebody knows of an option of a random pump that I could buy to put in here. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a dampened beauty sponge. The ones that I've been using, or the one that I've been using, is from this brand AOA Studio. Have you guys seen these on YouTube? This is the Paw Paw Wonder Blender. I bought like 6 of them because they're, I believe, from China, so it's kind of like you don't want to just order necessarily one every time you buy one. And also, they're $1.50. You heard me, $1.50. I can't imagine ever buying an actual beauty blender again. Do I think this is an exact dupe for the beauty blender? No. I think that this definitely has a different texture, and I do think that it soaks up a little bit more product than the beauty blender does. That being said, it is very soft, very bouncy, very effective with the way it applies your makeup. And the soaking up of a little bit more product is not enough to not buy a $1.50 sponge and not a $20 beauty blender. Like, can you believe that we've been spending that much money on a sponge? Like, why? I do like Beauty Blender. I'm not trying to say like, oh, like it's such a whatever, but it is definitely highway robbery. If you think about like, it's an actual sponge, like I can't imagine how much it cost them to make Beauty Blender. Probably like 30 cents or something. And we're like, here's $20. It's not, I don't think it's the best choice. Okay, now I'm really excited because I'm gonna do my concealer, and I have a new concealer. This is from ColourPop, and this is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I was not going to ever get this because when I first saw the shade range, I was like, what's going on? I'm not saying it's a bad shade range, but a lot of the colors look literally gray. I don't know, have you seen the swatches? They look really weird, but I have heard that same makeup artist on Instagram, Dana Renee, she has been like, guys, are you getting this or not? And I've just heard a couple other people really rave about it to where I was like, okay, it's worth trying. So I'm so excited. I got the shade Light 45W, and I think it's gonna be, actually I think this is gonna be really good. So this is the Doe Foot. Cute little peach lid. I was gonna say I was gonna think this is gonna be too light, but I like a lighter under eye. This will actually be good for brightening up my under eye. I've never tried like any complexion products as far as like concealer, foundation, or anything from ColourPop, so let's see. Okay, guys, wow. Literally, wow. I'm not exaggerating. First of all, amazing coverage. Second of all, blended like a dream. Third of all, very even, smooth, not patchy. Wow. Okay, I Love this so far. This reminds me a lot of the Milani one. I wonder which one is less expensive. Oh my God, I'm so impressed. Okay, I do like to bake under my eyes just to like ensure everything's locked in. I've been using this little sample of the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Butter. It's not my absolute favorite under eye powder because it is kind of drying. It works. And I love the scent of it. It has like a light vanilla scent, which is super nice, but that's not really what I need in a powder. I need a powder to be like not too dry and to work. So it does work, it's just a little dry. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to also set the rest of my face, and what I've been using, you guys are like, can you not? I can't even really show you. It's this little sample that I got with my last Sephora order. It's the Prisma Libre powder from Givenchy. This is the #1 Mousseline Pastel. So they're these powders that are 4 different like little shades. They have a bunch of different, I think there's at least like 4 different like shade combinations. But I got the sample, I dumped it into a lid, and I've just been using that to set my face. And I do like it so far. It is very, ooh, first of all, smells good as well. Like really nice, like perfumey scent, but not too strong. It is mattifying and it is pretty smoothing. Do you guys also watch or follow Rose and Ben on, the name is Rose and Ben for her and her husband, on Instagram. She's a makeup lover. I don't know if she's like an actual makeup artist, but she basically is, because she does really good makeup. She does daily tutorials, which is insane, like story tutorials. She also does like Instagram TVs and stuff, but I really like watching her tutorials, and she uses a version of this powder. It's not the #1, I think it's maybe the #2 that she uses, but she calls it like her Facetune powder because it really does like blur and smooth out the skin and pores, and I do agree with that. It is really nice. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows really quick. I'm not using any new products. I did order a new product. I ordered the Milani Brow Pen. However, it hasn't come in yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil and my Almay Brow Styler gel, and I'll be right back. Okay, brows are on, and I went ahead and wiped away the bake that I was doing. And I'm just going to take a small brush with the same shade that I used on my lid to do my lower lash line, just to add some definition there. I can't really leave this blank. I feel like it looks weird when I do it. And now I'm going to use my favorite mascara for my lower lashes, which is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. Okay, so eyes are done, and now I'm going to do bronzer, which is not a bronzer that is new. I haven't really seen any new release bronzers that I'm intrigued by or that I want to pick up, so I'm going to be using one of my absolute favorites. This is from MAC. This is the Give Me Sun bronzer. Okay, now bronzer's on. This is the part that I'm most excited for because I am positive that I found an exact dupe for one of my favorite blushes of all time that is no longer available in this shade. Do you guys know what I'm gonna talk about? I have raved about this. I love this formula, and I've just said, I'm sorry guys, this color's not available anymore, but if you can find it, pick it up. I'm talking about this stunning specimen from MAC. This is the Extra Dimension Blush, which like I said, they do have other shades. They still have this formula, and I do recommend it. But this shade, Telling Glow, super orangey, sunset, stunning shade. Doesn't exist as far as I can see when I've searched for it. I found an exact dupe. We're gonna try them on. I've only swatched them, so based off the swatch, it's an exact dupe. We're going to try one on one side and one on the other, and this is from e.l.f., you guys. This is their Radiant Blush in the shade Radiant Peach. I think that's what the actual formula is called. Everything will be linked down below, so you can just buy it from there. This is the MAC one, obviously. This is the e.l.f. one. And I could tell online, I was like, I have to buy that because it looks like my favorite blush. And if it is, I want to be able to tell you guys to go get it. So let's start with the MAC one on one side. I mean, this is a very scary looking blush, but you can use a super light layer of it and it not be overwhelming. I will swatch them for you too so you guys can see like the true color. This, looking at in the pan, is like only people with super deep skin tones are gonna be able to wear that. No. Now, I love a lot of blush. I love, like, I mean, I'm building this up. I love a lot of pigmentation, but you can use just a light layer of this. Stunning. Literally love it. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe off the brush so that we don't have any remnants. Now we'll go in with this e.l.f. one. So far, having to build it up the same amount doesn't feel like, oh, the MAC one is super pigmented versus this one's not. Like, I'm having to dip back in quite a bit, but I want to get it to the same intensity. I mean, it looks exactly the same. Can you guys tell? See the like pretty shine to it as well? Like, don't worry, we're gonna wear a highlighter, but you definitely don't have to. This has like a really nice sheen. Let me swatch these for you so that you can get an idea. I'll just do it on my finger. So this is the MAC one. Actually, let me do this. So can you tell which one is which? Hopefully they're showing up enough. This one, I can honestly barely tell. This one is the MAC one. This one is the e.l.f. one. I could literally have gotten that backwards and I can't tell. They look identical. I'm so impressed. And they look identical on the cheeks too, which is the best part. I mean, a swatch is only gonna go so far. Okay, so plenty of blush for today. I'm so excited about that. Like I said, I will link everything down below, so if you want to check out that blush, you could just look there. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to use a lip liner because I can't not use a lip liner. Even though I'm gonna be wearing a mask, at least for this video, I feel like having a lip liner on. I'm gonna use the one from MAC that's my favorite. This is Boldly Bare. And now for the lip product, I have another thing from e.l.f. that I couldn't not pick up. This is the Ride or Die Lip Balm. I believe there's 4 shades of these. This is the most like nudie shade, and this is in the shade Tough Cookie. And I wanted to see if this was a good dupe. I'll swatch it for you so you can see the actual shade. Super thick balm, which I like because if you guys know, oh my God, I really, ooh, that looks nice. I really like the Bite Beauty Agave lip masks. I'm obsessed. So I wanted to see if this was like a similar texture. It is thick like that. I love that shade. So let's go ahead and put this on. Ooh, the taste is really nice, like vanilla. Okay, so it's a little more like subdued on my lips. It's not as like pigmented as it looked in the swatch. It spreads a little bit more, but a very nice shade. What do you guys think? I mean, perfect every day, like pinkish nude. I don't think I would say it's a dupe initially of the Bite Agave lip mask. I mean, similar packaging with the tube situation. This feels a little bit, though, e.l.f. one feels a little bit lighter weight. It's still plushy, like creamy, but it's not as thick as these can be, which I do really like, but I can see the benefit of both. Probably actually more people would like the e.l.f. one, which is $5 by the way, versus this one, because I know a lot of people don't like something really thick on their lips, but when you need major nourishment, major hydration, I would say go for the Bite ones because they are going to give you that. It's a true lip mask that you can wear all day long. I like this. I'm not saying like, oh my God, my new favorite lip product of all time, but it is nice. I'm glad I was able to try it. Okay, last step is setting spray, and I picked up the Milani brand new Fruit Fetish Make It Last Kiwi Watermelon Scented Setting Spray. I have not tried any of the setting sprays from Milani, but I've heard good things. And I especially heard good things about these new Fruit Fetish ones, especially just like the scent is fun. Like it's supposed to be the same exact setting spray that they already sell, but in a fun scent. And I'm all about a fun scent. So lightweight spray works to refresh skin and lock in makeup infused with kiwi watermelon extract. Oh my God. What the f? Oh, come on. There's like 2 sprays like spurting, like it's not spraying Oh my God, I hate this sprayer. I've heard from so many people like, oh my God, this spray is so fine, it's so good. Oh my God, it's virtually unusable. Okay, I'm being dramatic, but honestly, what the hell? I was really like, honestly, the spray I was looking forward to because like I've said, so many people have said like, the spray is so nice. And sometimes I've said things like, oh, well, maybe I got a bad one, but like, how often does that happen to people? Like, I'm so annoyed. I literally might return this. It's that annoying. The smell is nice, but it's not like, oh my God, intoxicating or anything like that. I mean, God, I'm so annoyed. The spray is so dramatic. Like, that's so annoying. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. That's really annoying. Moving on, I do wanna do a highlight. I forgot, I should have done this before setting spray, but I just wanna show you this highlight. It's not new, I've had it for a long time, but I have been using it nonstop lately, and every time I wear this, like on Instagram or in a picture, or yesterday my sister came over and she saw me in person and was like, what highlight are you wearing? And I was like, yes, you have to get this. This is so good. It is expensive, like real expensive, but I think that it's worth it. It's very good. So it's from Illamasqua. I actually showed this on my Instagram stories as well. And it's the Beyond Powder in the shade Epic. Now, this is a shade that I think best suits someone of like my skin tone or a little bit deeper because it is kind of like goldeny bronze, but this formula is a smooth, wet dream. Look at that. And I do mean wet dream. Like, it is so high shine gloss finish. This is unique, you guys. There are not many highlighters that I have tried that give this exact effect. It is thin, it is not chunky at all. It is just stunning. It is very unique. It is very, very, very good. I mean, are you seeing? It's stunning. Okay, and that is everything that I wanted to try today. I also think that coincidentally, this is just a really nice everyday makeup look. If you guys want to see more looks like this that are just everyday wearable shit, then you can let me know. I'd be happy to do more videos like this. This is something that I would wear daily. Going over the products really quickly that I really liked. I was super impressed with the e.l.f. blush. You guys have, if you've been wanting to buy an extra dimension blush from MAC, you have to go look at the colors they have for this. There's only a couple, but I highly recommend this Radiant Peach shade. This concealer, unless something happens throughout the day to where my under eyes look like crap, I am so impressed with this. Very impressed, 10 out of 10, really love that. The e.l.f. lip balm, I think is actually really nice. I'm going to have to see, like, does it gather on the corners of my lips or anything like that? It will not replace my true love, which is the Bite Agave Lip Mask, but I do think it's nice. And for $5, I think that it's really, really nice. The Morphe Liquid Liner, I think is awesome. Going to keep using it, of course. Can't see a reason to buy a more expensive liner at this point. It did exactly what I wanted it to do. What else? We had the Tula Skincare Rose Glow and Get It Cooling Eye Balm. I like this for the feeling, and it feels very like, ooh, a little step of prepping your skin, making your under eyes feel like nice and hydrated, and also that cooling effect is nice. I don't think it's necessary though. It's just like a nice to have once in a while. You guys saw how I feel about this. I'm so annoyed. This was one of the products that I was like, that's gonna be awesome, can't wait. For it to spray so dramatically like that, like, where do you get off, honestly? And then the mascara, which I believe is Last from Urban Decay, the Lash Freak. I don't love it, but my mind could change after it dries out a little bit, after I keep using it. I may start to really like it. I don't know, but right now I'm a little bit like, can you not? Okay, and that's everything. Going to change and not wear pajamas to work, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't not do it, just do it, all right? And also subscribe if you wanna see more beauty videos from me. I really appreciate you being here as always, and I hope to see you also in my next video. Okay, bye.